All right, next example, we have y is equal to 3 times the absolute value of x. This is an absolute value equation because it has an absolute value sign. And an absolute value equation, the shape of the equation will be a V-shaped graph, the shape of a V. So we're going to use those same values, same 7 values, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, plug it into your calculator. Okay, so let me show you exactly where the absolute value symbol is at. So I'm going to go to the y equals screen and just clear it out. Press clear. And let's go 3 times. And then where do you find your absolute value symbol? You have your math button here. Press math. And we're going to scroll to the right. You have math where you have fraction, converting from decimal to fraction, fraction to decimal, cube root. We're going to move over 1. And then you have ABS, that stands for absolute value. Either press 1 or press enter. And then we put in the variable x. Okay. All right. And now we can graph it so we can see the shape of a graph. It's going to be in the shape of a V. We see that. And I want to see the points that we would plot. So I'm going to press second and table. And let's put in those values there. We have 9, 6, we have 3, 0, and then we have 3 again, 6, and 9. And then let's plot. -3, 9, -2, 6, -1, 3, 0, 0, 1, 3, 2, 6, and 3, 9. Think of the capital letter V. And we're going to be talking about the different types of graphs and how it translates, how we're going to do some transformation. If it shifts up, down, left, right, if it shrinks, if it stretches, if it reflects about the x-axis, y-axis. So we're going to be looking at these different types of equations and being able to graph it without the graphing calculator, knowing what the base or the basic graph looks like, and then adding information to the basic graph. How would we graph it? How would it transform? Now, letter C, we have a polynomial equation. This is y is equal to x cubed minus 2. Okay, so there is no particular shape. As we know, quadratic equations it has a U-shaped graph. Well, an absolute value equation, we have the V shape. So let's go ahead and go back to your y equals screen. Let's clear it and let's create our XY table. And plug those values in that is asking us to enter. All right, so we have X, find your X, and we want to put in cube. There are two ways that you can put in the cube. You can press this upper button here that's above the division symbol and then put in the number 3. You can do it that way. Or I'm going to clear this and we have X. Go to your math button and then enter 3 or move your cursor down to number 3. And it has X cubed that way. You can enter it that way. Then minus 2. So let's see what the graph looks like. So we're going to press graph. Okay. And we're going to spend a whole chapter on polynomial equations and this graph and talk about end behaviors and if it shifts and how it shifts and some whole other stuff. Okay, so let's go to our table, press second and graph, so second and table, and let's enter this information in for our y value. So negative 3 is negative 29. At negative 2, we have negative 10. At negative 1, we have negative 3. At 0 is negative 2. At positive 1, we have negative 1. At positive 2, we have 6. And at 3, we have 25. So I know we're not going to be plotting points of, well, x coordinate of negative 3 or the 3 because our table doesn't go out to negative 29 nor 25. All right, so let's plot these points. Negative 2, 10, negative 10, negative 1, negative 3, 0, negative 2, 1, negative 1. We have 2, 6. Okay, and here's our graph.